As women transition through the natural stages of aging, they experience a range of physical and emotional changes, from hot flashes and sleep disturbances to mood swings and changes in libido. These shifts can impact overall well-being. Postmenopause brings new health considerations, including risks to heart and bone health. Now, psychiatrist Dr. Joan Perez-Rifareal tells us more. It's a beautiful day, Dr. Joan.
Hello, good morning to everyone. Good morning, Paolo, Anne, and Monique. Maraming salamat for having me.
Dr. Joan looks so beautiful, no, today?
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
Doc. Thank you.
Doc Joan, now
Thank you.
let's talk about menopause, no? It's a word that's just being thrown out there, especially sa mga jokes saying, ay, kaya ganyan yan kasi nagme-menopause na yan eh. But, you know, for the sake of our viewers, what exactly is menopause and at what age does it usually start? Kasi meron pa yung pre-menopause, di ba? Parang perimenopause.
Yes, correct. Yes, that's correct. And usually menopause is about, it's around 50 to 51 years of age. But there is what we call as the perimenopausal period. Usually starts maybe 10 to 7 years earlier. So average, maybe the perimenopausal stage starts at about 35 or 40 for some women. So it depends actually, it depends on a lot of factors. But sometimes we associate menopause with just the hot flashes, but it's really more than that. It's more than that. And as a psychiatrist, it's really good that we have this platform now to talk about the mental health challenges of women who go through this transition. We know the transitions can shake us, especially for women. So it can really shake us. There is that feeling of loss. And loss, quote unquote, no? Kasi there is that association when a woman enters the perimenopausal phase or the menopause, there can be losses, be it real or imagined. For example, loss of the reproductive years, the ability to bear a child, the loss of one's youth, loss of all of the maybe the opportunities. So these transitions can somehow shake us, and it can be associated with a lot of emotional and psychological
Now that
changes.
Doc, now that you're talking about, you know, the emotional and psychological changes, what are the most common changes that women experience during menopause? Can we be a little bit more specific about these psychological changes?
Yes, sure, Anne. So we can, in fact, divide it into the different categories or groups. Like cognitively, brain functions can be affected. There can call as the brain fog. There is confusion. There is that loss of concentration, and that's why it's really difficult for women who are still in the work, very active in the workforce, in the workplace, because this sudden change of concentration, attention, focus, memory can be a concern. Emotionally, there can be mood shifts, mood swings, irritability, anxiety, symptoms of sadness, depression. And physically, there can be changes in sleep patterns. So there can be early morning awakening, frequent night awakenings due to the hot flashes or difficulty getting that good night's rest. Eating patterns can be affected, and fatigue is very common. Parang there is a really, no, yung our body is so fatigued and there's decreased energy. And lastly, behaviorally, sometimes it's really difficult to engage in meaningful relationships because as an effect or as an impact from all of these changes, because of the irritability, that it can affect the relationships. So when one of us may experience all of this irritability, shifts in mood, etc. And that's why it's really important to be able to address these concerns immediately.
Doc, you were talking about the shifts with regards to the moods. Sometimes there's anxiety, I'm sure, and a lot of mental health aspects to consider with regards to menopause. Apart from the physiological changes, in regard to the partner, though, how should they contribute to making sure that the changes will happen, but then making sure that it is a more I guess, comfortable or more accepting environment with regards to the changes happening to the partner's body.
Correct, correct. So it social support is really very important. By social support, what we mean is that for partners, this is the time to really make sure that you are there and continue with the unconditional love, support, appreciation. Make your partners feel valued, appreciated. It doesn't mean that with menopause, it's the end of everything. No, in fact, it's the beginning something new. It's just a chapter of of a woman's life, and definitely this is also the time now when partners can venture or try to experience new things because. During this stage, now if you look at the stage of menopause or perimenopause, this is also the time when maybe the woman is starting to have that or regain that sense of quote unquote freedom. So like we can always look positive point of view naman. And it's not all bad because there is that freedom now. Maybe the kids are all grown up in school and siguro now is the time to take vacations with your loved ones, with your partner. Enjoy the time together. And make sure also that as women, we also ensure that we nurture relationships more than ever now. Not just in the family, but siguro use your spare time now as you transition towards retirement, for example, to engage in mga community activities, support groups, channel your activities to mga hobbies, which siguro you missed out on doing these interests and hobbies during the earlier years when you were really preoccupied with raising your kids or attending other stuff at home and at work.
Now, Doc, I know menopause is such a tough time for women. I know a few women who are going through menopause, and kudos to women, right? Because I don't think men know how hard it is. I also don't know, but I've seen it.
I'm here to learn.
Paolo's here to learn. He's learning a lot for his future partner. But anyway, you mentioned to change your mindset to a positive setting during menopause because a lot can contribute to menopause. How can they individually manage all the mood swings, the stress, the eating patterns, sleeping patterns, etc. that you mentioned?
Correct. So it's really very important to take good care of yourself. For women who are in the perimenopausal and menopausal stage, take good care of yourself. We always advocate for lifestyle change if we can. So get as much rest and sleep as you can. It's not really about the quantity or the number of hours of sleep, but really the quality matters. And eat well, eat more of the nutritious food, protect your brain cells by engaging in activities which can help our brain cells to boost that energy and keep our brain cells alert, awake, enthusiastic. So maybe do things, do your hobbies, continue with exploring mga new interests like reading books or maybe going on vacation trips to enhance to just uplift you, to help boost your mood, and also exercise. Physical movement, physical activity is very important. I would just like to highlight pala, no, I forgot Paolo and Monique that these changes, in fact, there is a scientific basis to all of this. That it's really because decrease in estrogen and progesterone levels during the perimenopausal and menopausal stage, and that's why there is also that change now with this decrease in these hormones. These hormones kasi regulate the neurotransmitters, no? The chemical hormones in our brains, leading specifically serotonin, dopamine, and these are feel good hormones, the hormones which help boost our mood. So it's really important to push it, no? Boost our natural hormones, no? Mood boosting hormones through all of this. Exercise, engaging in activities which make us feel good and happy. And continue to communicate. Social support is really very important. Know that you are not alone, and all of the emotions that we feel during this transition, yes, can somehow feel challenging. It can somehow shake us a bit initially, but know that it will later on stabilize. And this is there is always help available, and support groups are also available for us.
Doc, now that you mentioned hormonal changes, no, kaya ang hirap niya i-control because it's all happening inside our body, sa system natin talaga. So that's why it's so hard to control the symptoms. Like when we get so irritable, ang hirap i-maintain, i-contain, diba? So is there any particular treatment for perimenopause or menopause, or not really treatment, but maybe like to manage the symptoms? Meron bang supplements na dapat i-take?
Yes, yes. For women who may be suffering or who may be going through all of these challenges, physically, emotionally, cognitively, there are available supports, and help is always available. Number one, you may talk to your doctor, to your OB gynecologists for possible hormone replacement therapy. We call it HRT. So estrogen or progesterone, or a combination or a low dose of oral contraceptive pills to help. Kasi again, with that decline in estrogen, then maybe HRT can help. So this is something that we can discuss with our OB gynecologists.
Right.
For those of us who may be suffering from more intense emotions, and because of the impact again on serotonin and dopamine levels in the brain, low doses of antidepressants can also help. So again, these are temporary, and the benefits always weigh the risk, and it can be very helpful for us to regain that sense of empowerment. Na yeah, this is just a phase. It's a process that we go through, and hopefully with proper support from family, loved ones, the community, workplace, etc., the church even, and engaging in activities which help boost our natural mood boosting hormones and all of these can definitely help.
Doc, now moving on to the last question, and of course, they asked me to do the last question kasi why not? I need to figure this out, especially for those who are not going to go through this but have to understand it as well. You talked about the mental challenges a while ago. We're talking a lot about the physiological. You mentioned a lot of things that could be done medically to try and reduce the side effects of menopause and help out with the process. But then, of course, when you help address yung mga mental issues that come as a part of this, I can only imagine the loss of yung pagkababae nila. Minsan, that's how some people feel. Can you explain to us, siguro, what are the more common emotional challenges that you actually help people address in your own practice po? Because I can only imagine the amount of emotions flying left and right. There has to be a common theme with regards to all of it.
Yes, so I didn't catch the question a bit, but how to help them. Is that correct?
Po,
Ma'am?
yes.
Yes. Number one, know that all of your emotions, whatever the emotions are, be it the fluctuation, it can be described kasi as a roller coaster of emotions, and these emotions are all valid. These are all true. These are not arte-arte lamang kasi ayaw pumasok sa opisina because
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's so true.
energy, bagsak ang energy. We feel so fatigued because of because of the hot flashes. So all of these emotions, body reactions, physiologic reactions are all valid, are true, are real. And mas maganda, we acknowledge that this is a part of life. Kasi again, we go through quote unquote the grieving process, and hopefully we go through it, and we reach that point of acceptance. Yes, I'm finally here. For example, in the stage of menopause, then let's embrace it as part of ourselves, and use it now to empower yourself, and maybe inspire other people as well from your stories, from how you were able to go through these challenging times successfully, with the help of your loved ones, with the support of family, friends, and just embrace it, because this is a part of life. But know that we can always look at it from a standpoint, from a viewpoint that not everything, a challenge is there, but it adds to our growth. it always adds to our development because growth never stops. Even at this age of menopause, perimenopause, postmenopause, there is still growth. The development stops, and it just empowers us to be better persons and helps us inspire younger generations and teach them on how to navigate through all of these life's challenges.
So refreshing to talk with Doc Joan, no? Such a nice conversation with you, Doc. If we want to get in touch with you for more questions about perimenopause, menopause, how can we get in touch with you, Doc?
Yes, you can definitely send a message anytime to my Healthy Mind Clinic Facebook page. I personally answer questions there. So Healthy Mind Clinic, that's my page. And yes, you can reach me anytime through this platform.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Joan Perez-Rifareal. Thank you. We learned so much from the doc today.